Logging in brings us to the inbox, and let's just take a really quick tour around the inbox here. First of all, to compose a new mail, you'll just click Compose Mail. In the to box, just start typing the person's name, and you'll notice that it'll give you a list of available users there. You always want to do a subject. Here's where you can attach a file. This is the body where you type in the text. And Gmail does not automatically check spelling. So once you're complete with the email, you will probably want to click on Check Spelling. To go back to the inbox, just click here on Inbox. Now Gmail has labels, not folders. We'll cover that in another lesson. Um, to access your contacts, click here, and that takes you to your contact list that we've uploaded for you. If you want to search contacts, again, just start typing the person's name, hit enter, and you'll get a list of all of the contacts that match your description in the search. So let's take a look at the inbox. You'll notice that they have flags, but instead we call them stars here, and you could just flag whatever emails you want to flag using this star, and then go over here and click Start, and it'll show you just the emails that you've starred. Email also has what are called conversations. So, for instance, anytime you see a number in parentheses next to an email, you'll know that that's a conversation. And basically, what a conversation is a list of replies. So, for instance, ATX sent me an email. I replied. They replied. I replied. They replied. I replied. And all of those emails are listed under one message, so it doesn't clutter up your inbox. Also, you'll notice that when there's an attachment, you'll see a paperclip here, and you'll see the time and date that the emails were received. The only way to sort your inbox is by the date. There is no other way to sort. We'll talk about how to find emails later on. Because we have so much space, I'm going to highly recommend that you don't delete items, but you archive them. And it's very simple to archive. Just highlight the messages and click Archive, and they're out of your inbox. Now, Archive doesn't create a separate file like Outlook does. Archive basically just means take it out of my inbox. Now, you can still find it with labels or all mail, or you can do a search for those emails. They're just not cluttering up the inbox. And you notice also that once an email's been read, it's not highlighted, or it's not in bold anymore. Very important, the first thing you should do once you get to your inbox is change your password. I'm gonna show you how to do that. Go up here to Settings. And from there go to Accounts. And then select Google Account Settings. And click Change Password. Type in your current password and your new password, hit Change Password, and that's done. And that's it for basics of Gmail. To get to your calendar, go ahead and click on the calendar link up here in the upper left-hand corner. The first time you go into your calendar, you'll have to select your time zone. And this is your calendar. Now you'll notice that up here at the top you've got a few different views available to you. You've got your day, single day view, a week view, a month view, 4 days, and your agenda, which is basically just a chronological list of the upcoming appointments that you have. You'll see by default the America's holidays are listed there. And you'll notice that the holidays and other full day events are listed at the top of the calendar for that day. To create a new calendar event, go up here and do Create Event. And this brings up the Create Event options. And to fill in the settings, for instance, we're going to have a lunch, and that's going to be on the 30th from 11 a.m. to 12 p.m. Does not repeat. If we wanted it to be an all-day event, we'd put a check here. Where? If I were to actually type an address here, it would attach a Google map to that calendar item, which is pretty cool, but I'm just going to say cafe for here. Calendar, you can have multiple calendars, and I'll show you that in a minute. And then a description. If we go farther down, we can create a reminder. We can have a few different options. We can have it email us a reminder, or we can have a pop-up, or we can have both. And these are some privacy options as far as who can see your calendar who can see this event once you've created it on your calendar. And if you want to invite somebody, you can do that here. Once you're done, click on Save. And you'll notice that lunch has appeared. Now if I want to expand my lunch till 1 o'clock, I just click on the double line and drag it down. Now if I want to move this to an earlier time, say 10 o'clock, I'll just click on it, drag it up, and move it to 10 o'clock. Another neat feature on Google Calendar is a quick add. And this is where you can just type in something like lunch with Mark at noon tomorrow. Hit enter, and you'll see that it automatically creates a calendar item labeled lunch with Mark tomorrow at noon. Now you can have multiple calendars. To do that, to create another calendar, I'm going to create one called Personal. So I'll just click on Create Calendar, give it a name of Personal. Click Create Calendar. And now you'll notice over here I've got another calendar that's created called Personal. Now let's say I want to change this lunch with Mark. I want to change it from my default calendar to my personal calendar. I'll just open that. Click here to change it to the personal calendar. Then select Save. And now you'll notice that it's listed with a different color that corresponds to the calendar that was created. Now if I want to change the color of that calendar, I'll just hit the drop down, change the color, and you'll notice that it's changed there too. Now if I don't want to have my personal calendar listed on this particular view, I'll just click on the calendar, and all of the calendar items that were created with personal are now gone. Now if I want them to come back, I just click on that calendar again, and it toggles the calendar on and off. And that's the same with the holidays calendar and any other calendar you happen to create or have shared with you. Another useful tool on Google Calendar is Tasks, and that's over here on the left hand side. Just click on Tasks, and that will bring up your default task list. Now let's say I want to have a barbecue on Saturday. I'll just type in barbecue, and then I'll hit the arrow next to it, and that will let me give it a due date. Now let's say I want to have the barbecue by the 3rd of April. So I'll just select the 3rd of April here, and any notes I want to type in, like bring soda, and then I'll click on Add Task. I'm sorry, just back to list, and it'll save those settings. And you'll notice that it created another calendar called Tasks over here in yellow for my task list. And again, if I want to toggle the tasks on the calendar and off the calendar, I just click on the calendar item. Or I can toggle tasks by clicking on task over here. And that is it for your basic introduction to Gmail and Google Calendar. Again, please watch the next few videos to learn about labels and filtering. And there's also a lot of tips and tricks that are very useful that'll help you get around in Gmail.